Hello friends, welcome back to the next session of Selenium Learning. Last time what we did is to create a project, right? We created a project of Selenium and added all the required reference libraries, right? So whatever you see here, and we made sure that the installation is proper for the Selenium Webdriver. So today we'll move further and uh, bring up that driver. Okay, create a Firefox driver, create a Chrome driver, and load the browser with one small test URL. So as we have already completed the initial part of adding all the required packages of Selenium, so let's get started on bringing up the browser. So I have to do two things, right? So one is the Firefox browser, the other one is the Chrome browser. So we have additional driver is required to load Firefox and Chrome. So we need additional driver along with this Selenium to bring up both the browsers. So where do we get that? So we'll go back to seleniumhq.org web page and click on downloads. When you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you will see third-party drivers, bindings and plugins. Under this section, you need to take Mozilla Gecko driver and Google Chrome driver. So these two drivers are very much required. The external drivers, you say, right? So these two external drivers are very much required to bring up the browser and load your web application. So let's click on this link and download the 64-bit Gecko driver. So once you click on this, it would go ahead and download onto your downloads. The similar thing what we do is with the Chrome driver. When you click on this Chrome, you can take the latest Chrome driver. Okay, so this is applicable for the browser, the Chrome and Firefox browser. What you have is having this version, right? So Firefox version what I have is 62, and Chrome version you'll have to have let's see what is the version, 68. So what I have is the latest Chrome and Firefox version. So right, so that's where it will work. Now you have everything up to date. All the Selenium jar is 3.0, which is the latest. The Gecko driver is the latest. Google Chrome driver is latest, right? So you have the latest version of the Selenium package. Okay, so once you download the drivers, you need to extract and save it on to the C drive, create a folder called as driver, and copy both of the drivers, Gecko driver and the Chrome driver. Right, so we'll go back to the Eclipse and start writing our code over here. So first thing what we need to do to initiate the browser steps. So as we have placed the driver onto the C drive. So I'll say get the system property, right? So I'll say system dot set the system property. This would be the driver, what driver you're going to use, and this would be the path where you have placed the driver, right? So let's see what it is. It's a system dot set property. So what is the first one? What driver it is, whether you want Chrome or Firefox. That's what you're going to mention. And the second value is where these drivers are placed. So where exactly the drivers are placed, or folder path, I'll say. Okay, so two things, right? So we'll set the first, we'll say we'll try to bring up the Firefox driver, right? So what we have is WebDriver dot gecko dot driver, right? And what is the path? Path would be C driver, and we are telling gecko driver. So I'm going to copy the name instead of typing it. So I'll say .exe. So we are telling this is the system property where you have placed the driver, the external driver, and this is very much required for 3.0 and above. And I'll say initiate Firefox. So to initiate Firefox, I'll say driver is equal to new Firefox driver, right? So when you do this, you get an error. Okay, so when you do a mouse over, as we have imported the Selenium standalone server, you will be able to import the Firefox driver, right? So once you import, you'll see this import has done. You don't see any error, right? So next step, so we have initiated the driver. We have initiated the Firefox also. We have set the path for that particular external driver, and we are all set. So we'll say string new URL, what URL you need to bring in, right? So I'll say https seleniumhq.org. We'll just try to give the wrong URL first. Let's see what happens. Okay, and I'll say driver dot get. So we're supposed to give the URL. So I'll say driver dot get URL. So this is initiating the Firefox, and this we are going to say set test URL, and say load URL, load web application on browser. So this is the steps, right? So let's run this and see what happens. So you see it did work. So everything is correct, right? So it says no, it loaded and everything happened, but the browser was not, the browser application, whatever we loaded is not correct. So I'm going to give the correct URL, and I'm going to run it again. Let's see what happens. So you see the web application is loaded. Okay, so you don't see any error anymore, right? So we did the first part. So we did initiating the Firefox browser, bringing up the URL. It's all completed, right? So let's do the same thing with Chrome browser. Okay. So to bring up the Chrome browser, this step, right? First two steps are required. Apart from that, all these would be the standard. So I'll copy this to the bottom and I'll say initiate Chrome browser, right? Okay, so I'm going to copy this one, and instead of gecko, I'll say Chrome, and driver is equal to new Chrome driver, right? And import the necessary files, right? That is all you need to do, and this I'm going to comment it. Let's see if this works. And oh yeah, one more thing is we need to change this gecko driver to Chrome driver. So let's say this is a Chrome driver. So it will bring up the Chrome browser and Selenium HQ, right? We'll do one more step further, getting the title. So once the page is loaded, get web browser title, I'll say, right? So it's a driver dot get title. We'll use all the methods from the Selenium. I'll say driver dot get title. And how do you know the title is loaded, right? So we'll try to store that title. Okay, so what we need to do is create a string value web browser title, and copy this, paste the code over here, and say system dot out dot print ln, print in the new line, say web browser title, give your own comments, right? You can say web browser title is, and add this thing. Okay, that's all you need to do. So let's execute. This is going to execute on the Chrome driver, and we should see the output with the title. So it would have captured the web browser title as Selenium web browser automation, right? Right, so let's stop here. Please go ahead and try creating a small project from the video one, adding all the required packages, and get into this video to understand and bring the browser and perform a small test like this. So thank you for watching, and please click on like and leave your comments, and also share this video with your friends, and encourage to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.